How many loans would you say you've closed through lead hackers?
I've closed 5 loans.
How many applications would you say you've gotten?
I can't even count that.
All right, guys. So today we have a special guest, Stephen Oliver. He has been a lead hacker for how long have you been with us, Stephen?
It's got to be at least a year, I'd say.
Wow. Did you know that the average lifespan for people with marketing companies or any type of lead gen companies is 3 months?
I don't doubt it. I just, you're not giving them a chance at that point. But
Right, right. Yeah, yeah. But the average lifespan is about 3 months, and you've been with us a year. I know we have some lead hackers that have been with us for 2 years even, which is awesome. It makes me feel like we're doing something right. Um, so when you first got you're obviously with Nexa, right? And I believe you probably heard about us through Nexa. So when you were first getting started, what did you think about it? Because this is like a completely different kind of experience than a normal lead generation company. I mean, you have to run your own ads. Was it intimidating at first? How was the initial process?
a little bit. So I had another CRM company, and the support just was, man, it was like it was like that, having the idea of having support but not actually having support. So like, I don't want to, I won't throw any names, but like you could log into Zoom and talk to some VAs, and they would say, well, the person that you need is, they're not here right now, and so
Right.
you come back later. And so that just obviously didn't work very well. So it was intimidating, but I know you and Brandon, you guys both helped me a lot, get everything set up, and that was really easy for me. Did a bunch of automations and campaigns, and everything's been going really good. So I know you guys have hired help since then.
Yep.
You're up to 2 a day support calls now, so I can log into Zoom. My virtual assistant can log into Zoom twice a day, and those guys are really good that you brought on board.
Yeah, and even sometimes 3 times a day. On Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we have the
Right.
so we have the tech calls, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. Then you have the strategy call, and then also a CRM training that we do twice a week for anybody who just needs refreshers. So in total, it's almost 60 coaching calls a month that you get when you sign up with Lead Hackers, which obviously, you know, I think it helps with retention, right? Making
Yeah.
sure that people are accountable and obviously doing things the right way. How many? Let's get to the good stuff. How many loans would you say you've closed through lead hackers?
I've closed 5 loans.
5 loans, okay.
Mhm.
So you're using this because I know you were using this as a supplement to, I think you were getting a lead source. So guys, for those of you who are unfamiliar with lead hackers, it's much more than just lead generation, right? You use a CRM for follow-ups and automation. And I know that you were using kind of another lead source because you were getting your lead super, super cheap, which, as you know, it's got to be a volume game, right? And you got to be able to sift through those leads to get to the good ones. And I know you kind of almost created your own system within lead hackers
Yeah.
to generate business. How many applications would you say you've gotten?
I can't even count that high. And pre-approvals too. So I'm sure there's still some that are looming out there, looking at houses. And then additionally too, there's residual business there. So like when you hand a pre-approved client to a realtor and you have the power to do that, you expect something in return. You don't have to ask. You don't have to. It goes unspoken. Like there's got to be a reciprocality there. So.
Right. Awesome. Yeah. And so, you've been with us a year, and you said you closed 5 loans, right? Over the course. So, 5 loans, not that much over the course of a year. What made you stay with us? What were the other factors that made you stay with Lead Hackers? Because most people, might not be satisfied getting 5 loans over the course of 12 months.
Yeah, well, there is an ROI there, and I would say, 5 loans, probably doing one of these, so maybe the first 3 months, I might not have closed anything, you know.
Right.
And then keep in mind, I still have pre-approved clients there. I'm still getting that reciprocality from the realtors. it's keeping me busy. You know, I come to the office, I have something to do. I like that. It's busy work. It's keeping my virtual assistant busy. And so it's without a CRM. And you know what I really actually, man, I'm glad you asked that question. You know what I really enjoy about lead hackers is my sold client follow up. You need 2 touches a year. And so Brandon built out the voicemail, birthday voicemails, ringless voicemails, and loan anniversary ringless voicemails. And so that's 2 touches a year. When I go to ask for a refinance, it's not like, hey, haven't talked to you in 18 months, but rates are looking pretty good right now, you know? So I think that's really important. That's a huge plus right there.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're right. You know, we tell people, hey, you got to give this 90 days, and around 90, the 90-day mark is when you are going to start seeing, those type of results, right? So,
Mhm.
you've probably had about 9 months of really like when you're supposed to start seeing those results worth, and that's not that bad on an average, right? But the beauty of it, one of the things you brought up is the timeline, right? The time horizon. This is what I tell everybody. Okay. Everybody wants to talk about ROI. And you're like, oh, I've closed 5 loans, but I've been with you a year. Most loan officers are going to be like, that's mathematically impossible that they've been with you a year and he's only closed 5 loans, but they don't understand that we're only 297 a month, right?
Right.
So even when you close one loan, this pays for itself for the whole year, right?
Yeah.
When people talk about ROI, it's like they want to talk about, oh, I want to put all of these like new bells and whistles, and I got to do all this extra stuff. It's like, how about just lowering the upfront cost? And if you lower the upfront cost, well, then it's very easy to get an ROI. Like we had the guys over at Cliffco Mortgage, their first loan they closed with us was 25 grand. So they could have paid for lead hackers 8 times over for a whole year with just their first loan close. So you get, a bunch of
Here.
different ranges. Yeah, depending on, what you're doing and what your territories are and what your market is. But I'm glad that you've stuck with it. And it's only going to go up from here. With Lead Hackers Plus, we're going to have the video ads now, which are going to get you a higher intent lead. It's going to indoctrinate them. It's also going to educate the buyer. But then also when you do the AI chatbot, I know a big thing for you is volume.
Yeah.
You're getting very, very cheap leads at a dirt cheap cost. And
Hmm.
the AI bot is going to contact everyone. But unlike you, like right now, for you guys who don't know, Steven has automated follow-up, which is great because it initiates conversations, but it doesn't but Steven still has to pick up the conversation where it left off, right? And I assume he has a VA to do that. But now with the AI chatbot is installed with Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac. It could speak intelligently about mortgages. So now this AI chatbot, because he's in Lead Hackers Plus, which is our upgraded package, is going to pre-qualify all of these leads for him and then book the appointments on his calendar. So Steven's life is about to get a lot easier, right?
Yeah.
As a
I'm
result.
actually really looking forward to that. We should do a follow up and I'll see how it goes. But essentially, if it does what Alex is telling me it's going to do, I mean, that's going to save me almost $200 a month, or I should say almost $200 a week that I'm spending right now on my virtual assistant. It's going to qualify them way better than he can qualify them. And, you know, it's, what was I gonna say? Boy, I'm lost. You're gonna have to chop this part.
No, we'll keep
um,
you rolling.
so yeah. So I think you mentioned to me, Alex, the Fannie and Freddie, like people, everybody says they have AI, but it's not embedded with Fannie and Freddie code, and so you guys took that extra step to embed your AI technology with Fannie and Freddie code so that it can actually pre-qualify customers. That's really interesting to me. I got to see it to believe it, but I'm
Right.
very.
And you're going to see it. You're going to be able to see the conversations that it's having. And, Eric helped us design it. And you should see, like, we have an Excel sheet with like 100 different links of like all different types of like Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, just all the possible information we could put in it. And then we also kind of programmed it to be like sales, but sale lead with empathy on as far as like, so you can really go very deep into AI. It's not just about giving it just robotic information, but you can actually have your AI have a little bit of a personality to it, whether it's going to be nice, whether it's going to be more straight to the point. And we're programming it, keeping all of those things in mind, using everything that we know from marketing and sales, and also mortgage, and kind of just putting it all together into that AI chatbot. So I'm super excited for you. You're probably going to get a call from Eric Abel later today, so definitely keep your phone on. And thank you so much, man, for hopping on and talking about your experience with lead hackers. Last question: what would you say to anybody who's on the fence about using lead hackers?
I think it's a great CRM. It's mortgage oriented. They know what they're doing. The support's there. Um, I out of the CRMs that I have tried, I do like Lead Hackers. It's a good platform. It's go high level. It's friendly to use. I have a couple of other users in here that I'm able to assign stuff to, and vice versa. So it's been great for me. Yeah, I think it's a great value for the cost.
Yeah, awesome, man. I appreciate you hopping on the call, and we'll see you on the Lead Hackers Plus coaching calls.
Thanks, Alex. See you.
Okay. But yeah, that was great. Appreciate you hopping on, bro. And yeah, I'll make sure Eric should have reached out to you already, so I'll give him a little nudge. But again, the onboarding is going to be one-on-one because we want to just make sure that everything is working perfectly. So
Yeah, yeah. That's I can't wait.
I can't wait either. Like, I'm so excited for this. It's going to be
Yeah.
awesome. So looking forward to it, man. We'll get together soon. I'll probably be on some of the coaching calls too for Lead Hackers Plus again, just because I want to make sure that everything's going smooth. So we'll
Cool,
talk soon.
man.
Appreciate you hopping on the call. Thank you so
You gonna
much.
be at NextFest?
Yes, I don't think I'm speaking at it, but I'll be there. When is it again?
October, like 9 through 12 or something, I think.
So I have 3 speaking engagements in October. I have the NAM conference in Las Vegas. I have the and I got to call Mike because Mike is speaking at the same conferences, and I want to see if I can fly with him so I don't have to
Oh
just
man.
hitch a ride, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah, so Mike is, so we're doing, the NAM conference, and then we have another one in Anaheim. It's a real estate conference, and then another one in Dallas, all in October. So
Got it.
it's going to be a busy, busy month.
Dude, I totally forgot to grab my mic. Did the sound come through all right?
Yeah, yeah, it sounded fine.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, it sounded good.
It might have been on the webcam mic. Yeah.
Yeah, you're all good, man. I appreciate that. I think there's a lot of good clips we could use from this
Yeah.
testimonial. Yeah, for like ads and stuff that so for like ads, it's really important to like proof is everything, you know. So
Mhm.
like saying that you got 5 loans or the fact that you've been with us for a year, like that's so rare, you know.
Yeah.
So appreciate that. We'll be able to use
Yeah, if
this.
you take the first 3 months out, it's like one every other month, a little bit more even. So
Right. Yeah, exactly.
it's work plus your other pre-approvals and the reciprocality. And honestly, I forgot about that sold client list that I have in here. So that's huge.
Yep. Awesome, man. Well, if I don't see you at NexaFest, regardless, I'll see you on the coaching calls.
Alrighty, sounds good.
All right, man. Talk soon. Bye bye.